Hey traders, welcome back to another weekly commentary video walkthrough. I have been working very hard on those tutorials as I explained last week. I've kind of sometimes regret doing all these software projects because the maintenance for them has been pretty high, but hopefully that'll taper off as we get all this work done and I can get back into the markets like more seriously. You know, the software's taken up basically my life at the moment, so I've been very seldom involved in the market, which is kind of annoying. But I see you guys have been very active in the chat room, so that's really cool. So thanks to the guys that are in there sharing their trade ideas and watching 8-hour charts and 4-hour charts and spotting things and sharing it with the rest of the guys. That's really cool of you. Thank you. So let's have a look at the markets and see what basically unfolded this week. The Euro US dollar, last video I was bullish, okay, and I did say that there was a buy signal there at the end of the week, but of course, with end of week signals, the one that form on the Friday close, very risky, very risky. Going out into the next week, it's almost like, think of it like the price action kind of resets and then it just does something completely different. So that's why I try to avoid trading those signals that formed on Friday and you have to trade them on Monday. Monday price action is very deceptive and rough. So we can see that the dynamics here have basically changed and we've got a bearish bias now because the market's pulled back very sharply back down into, well, I guess we could say we're in a neutral position. We're holding above this support level, which it could potentially pick off from here again, but we are trading back under that mean value, and we broke the nice structure of the trend here where we were holding above the mean and making those high highs and higher lows. So we've broken that. So we're kind of, things have been interrupted here. So we'll have a look at the weekly chart. Surely, is that how the weekly closed? Oh, I guess it would have been. Yeah, so the weekly candle is closing heavily bearish there, so one can only expect further bearish continuation going into next week. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get anything next week on this. I'm not sure. I think maybe if it continues to sell off, we'd potentially have to watch down here or have to wait till the market hits the floor again and see if any buy signals to form. But it does look like it's heading downwards. Okay, the pound US dollar, I did say last week again, I don't like the price action here. We're pretty whipsaw-y here. We're going up and down, dropping buy and sell signals. So I do know that a couple of you guys took a stab at this signal here, which unfortunately has not followed through at all. So that's very frustrating. It could still potentially follow through with a move upwards, but it's a very difficult situation to read because this location that we're at is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Here's the weekly levels up here and down there. They would be nice turning points that we could work with, but here we're in the middle of the canvas. We don't really have many. If we go to the weekly chart, so we can see where price is at the moment in the weekly chart. It's just a little bit offset from where we want it to be. So I haven't been interested in the pound too much last week. And if you're in that buy trade, looks a little rough. It could still work out. I'm going to leave it up to you whether you want to trade it or not. It's still coming off this swing level, which does look nice. It's up to you. I do recommend if you did get into a retracement entry or something like that, or you're in the trade, it's probably just best to let it play its course and not get emotional about it. All right, US dollar Swiss franc, looking top heavy there with that move up. Top heavy as in the local move here. Nice push into higher highs there, but that move sort of got rejected. So sort of the weekly chart. Weekly chart looking fairly bullish though. It's just Friday's move that showed a bit of rejection. So kind of off that level there. So again, we could probably expect some further upside movement here. Potentially, I'll watch for buy signals as the market starts to move into high low pattern. So if that does eventuate, maybe on the 4-hour chart, it kind of has. Yeah, it has. So we get a pullback maybe into here and we get a nice buy signal. That could be something you could consider, or on the 8-hour chart. US dollar yen, we've got a doji candle right on the mean value, which seems to be holding well as dynamic resistance there. Okay, so I'd say breakouts after London to the downside would be the best play on that if you're interested in trading that for trend continuation. US dollar CAD, yeah, we'll skip that. It's not even worth analyzing that. That looks very messy. I actually did have one gentleman ask about this inside candle. Well, he wasn't even asking about the inside candle. He was just asking if it was good short. I thought he was. I wasn't really sure what he was talking about, but I believe if you're watching, you were talking about that trend line and you wanted to short around here. I guess that's playing out. I guess the trade signal here was an inside day. He didn't really specify, but that did end up dropping down. So potentially we could see further downward movement off that. But if you're not in a trade at the moment, then I definitely could just move past this. US dollar, Singapore dollar also coming back up to the mean value area and rejecting that on Friday. So we can see the mean value also holding here nicely as dynamic resistance. A little rough though. As you can see, it's got that sort of spaghetti look to it. It's not like a nice smooth piece of string like it would be over here with this nice trend. Let's have a look at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly. Yeah, well, bullish week, but we got that little bit of rejection at the end. I'd say, yeah, I'd probably wait for breakouts after the London Open, and if the market does drop after that, then we could potentially catch a move down. But don't you guys, some of you cowboys out there, you'll take retracement entries on stuff like this. I mean, if you're going to do that, I think you better drop your risk a little bit. But yeah, it's okay. But I think I'd take the breakout signal. We can line it up with a bit of a level there. If we go back here, we can see there was a bit of support around that area there. So there is a bit of a level in play there. So basically, if the market does hold at the mean and does drop down here, this is a likely spot for it to do so. And we've got a little bit of a reversal candlestick there. Nothing strong, but maybe worth a stab at a breakout entry. Australian dollar just sideways this week, but closing strong. And we are looking like we want to go up to that weekly level there and test it, where we could watch for sell signals. Okay, that's a pretty big weekly level there at that 77 cent area. So we watch for any sell signals that may eventuate from off that level after the price action tests it. And the New Zealand dollar actually did test its weekly level and it's dropped down. To be honest, I didn't think that signal was going to work out. I thought that was going to be a trap, but it actually played out in a textbook perfect fashion. Retracement entry and 1 to 3 plus now. The reason I didn't think it was going to work out is because generally when the market rides the mean value like this and comes up against a weekly level, if the price is still hugging the mean value and it's jamming up against the weekly level, usually the market just continues to break. It might stall or something, but it will actually break through that level. So I didn't think it was going to work out, but it did. So it's a trade opportunity I missed. But hey, I hope some of you guys caught that. But it is working out nicely. Now, just watch for sell signals really, because we can see the market shifted to the downside. Here's a nice little swing level here for the market to pull back into there. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we can see that level very clearly there. So watch for sell signals there. That will be our next chance to get into a nice swing trade. Yeah, the Aussie New Zealand dollar, see that divergence of the Aussie dollar being strong and that New Zealand dollar selling off. We've got a very nice rally here. Nothing really to tip us off to that move. Well, nothing obvious anyway. But yeah, we could potentially see a mean reversion here, and I'd probably target that level there. If this market continues to rally, definitely target that weekly level up there, and you can see that weekly level is fairly strong. So any sell signals that do form after continued rallies up into that level, and we get a very nice gap in the mean, then I'll definitely play a mean reversion sell there. All right, let's flick through these cross pairs. I'll just stop if I see anything interesting. Aussie, Euro, Aussie tanking, so we're just waiting for sell signals. Oh, it looks like it's approaching a weekly level. Let me get a bit more overview there. Okay, so we are. I always have my levels on the daily chart marked out from the weekly anyway. So yeah, potential buy um, area there. So nice weekly turning point. So nice strong buy signal there. Could be something to consider next week. Here in New Zealand dollar, just basically looks like it's holding at the mean again, but I don't like the looks of that. Rejection week, yeah, I don't see anything of value here. We've already bounced off the mean. Now we've come back again so aggressively. We've only had a little bit of a rejection here. I think this market's going to pop higher, but the price action here looks a little rough. So we're getting that like megaphone kind of pattern, which you just want to avoid. Gold is a really good market to be watching, actually. There was a nice signal there. I really kind of regret missing these signals. Like I should be taking them because this was such an. I did speak about this in the video. You can go back and check. It was such a nice signal, but the best play would have been just to take the breakout of the high um, after the US session when gold becomes active. But unfortunately, stupid me, I was in another trade that didn't end up working out. And if I opted in for this one, I would have been happy. So this one, yeah, definitely watch these swing levels here. I think this level here is the one to watch. I can't draw a straight line. Damn it. I'll just use this. Yeah, just this level here. Potentially, yeah, watch for any buy signals. This looks like a very strong market at the moment, so just look for buy signals off higher lows. The battle station will alert you, so you guys get your 8-hour charts out, your 4-hour charts out, whatever. Any kind of buy signal here is going to be valid. You can see the weekly chart very strong, and just looking to buy from those key areas, really, the key technical areas. And silver's the same thing. We've got a very nice bullish day there on silver to close off the week. But again, we just want to buy off those higher lows. All right, or just look for any bullish opportunity. That was a nice little bullish trade there too. And pound Aussie, okay, yep. I did mention these signals in the pound Aussie and the pound New Zealand on the day chart of the day. I did say I spotted them. All right, but they just don't. They're just a candlestick that's floating in the middle of nowhere. They had no other technical value that I could build into them. Really, I just seen them, and plus these markets here are making lower highs and higher lows, so the structure's all screwed up. Look at the mean values, like we're going all warped here, and yeah, it was just all wrong. So I avoided it. I could have easily see this working out, but it's still technically low quality. And we can see now that the market is basically, the bearish players here are basically consuming that now. So it didn't work out. So it was just a stab in the dark, really, that one. The pound New Zealand dollar one actually did work out. All right. So as you can see what I mean, like it's the same similar situation. Low technical value. Like what is this area? Nothing. And the market here is again, the mean value is all weird. We're going sideways here. Just very awkward structure. And you can see it's just a flip of the coin. So this one worked and the other one didn't on the pound Aussie. That's what basically what I said. It's just a candlestick signal. So you're just trading a candlestick signal with nothing to back it. But that one worked out, the other one didn't. So I'm not sure. I know some of you guys took a stab at it at your own risk, but I hope you made some money or got out okay. Okay, nothing going on there. Euro CAD looks like we've got a bit of a support level down here we should be watching, so I'll put that down there. Potential buy signal here. We can see this is a ranging market at the moment, so potential range play off that support. Aussie CAD, I spoke about this doji here at resistance. A little disappointed with the follow through with that. We can see that the market just bled down a little bit and found the bulls come back quite sharply. We can see the weekly chart. We can see it's a very important level, but not much of a bearish reaction there. So we're at risk here of Yeah, we could be at risk here of that level being taken out. So that at this stage, I don't think that signal is going to work out anymore. For anyone who's taken that, it's just not looking good at the moment. It was the 4-hour chart, and we're just gone sideways really. We're just building up a consolidation structure here. We'll see what happens on Monday, but don't be surprised if that gets taken out just due to the lack of. I mean, look at last time we got a reaction off that level, boom, straight away. Basically here again, boom, almost straight away. Here, it doesn't look good. New Zealand dollar CAD coming off that level there. We had a sell signal there, in the past that didn't work out, but after we got an overshoot, it did. So we didn't really have another sell signal here to work off. Nothing really going on there. Euro Swiss francs playing a nice swing level here, but I'm avoiding this market. As you can see, it's very low liquidity at the moment, very low momentum. Ooh, okay, yeah, this looks like a good signal. Okay, almost touching that box structure. Um, maybe if we just were a little more generous with it and highlighted a few more of those lows, we could say that it is testing it. So that's basically a very nice trade setup. That's the best looking thing I've seen going into next week, that Euro Yen. So definitely get on board with that next week. This one doesn't look nowhere near as good. Aussie Yen looking like it wants to break out. And remember, we're around that weekly level there, so whenever this does decide to pop, we could potentially see a decent move. New Zealand dollar yen, that's not a good buy signal. No. Yeah. Yeah. Very weak looking sell signal, trading into a very heavy support. It could work out, but I'd prefer to wait for the support to break and we'll get a test on the other side. But just such a weak signal to play that sort of scenario out where you're trying to trade through support like that. So it's a no for me. Aussie Swiss franc finally busting through there. Get rid of this crap. Let's put that level there. So market pulls back into that level and drops a buy signal. Something we can consider. And we're pretty much at the end of the line around here. So oil, I highlighted as in a squeeze, in a box structure again. All right. So waiting for a breakout candle. Looks like I think the market's going to break out to the high side. All right, but I do not take breakouts after a straight line move from the bottom of the box to the top like that. I usually like to see a move, then the market pause underneath the structure level, then give us a breakout candle. All right, not just a straight move and then a breakout kind of thing. They tend to be the ones that fake out. It's nice to see the pause and then either a breakout or whatever. And same deal with the, that's the Brent. This one's the WTI. This one's Brent. And S&P, yeah, see these buy signals are all playing out nicely. S&P's strong again, all-time highs. What can we do? We can just look for pullbacks, watch for buy signals off higher lows. Did we actually get any? No. We kind of had a flag pattern break there, if you were watching that, but kind of there, that probably would have been your breakout signal. But we had a squeeze pattern breakout back there. So a couple of different consolidation breakout patterns on the intraday charts if you're watching them. Here we are, the Dow Jones, also going into all-time highs. So we're going to be watching for buy signals on the Dow Jones as well. There's that, got a bit of a squeeze breakout there. So Dow Jones very bullish. So yeah, it's just as simple as watching for the market to correct back into at least the mean value, drop a buy signal, and we can jump on that. And yeah, that's the end of the line here. So, I think the best looking signal is this Euro Yen. To see anyone that stands out for me, and anything on gold as well looks really good. So potentially going into next week. I mean, a retracement, excuse me, a retracement entry on this one is, yeah, we could do it. Potentially we could do it. What is the? I just want to have a quick look at this. US dollar yen. Okay, potentially going south, and euro US dollar going south. So yeah, potentially could work out. Looks like worth a shot anyway. All right. So I've got to get back to work here. Believe me, I have lots of stuff to do. All right. So yeah, you guys have a good weekend. Again, thanks for all the guys sharing their trade ideas and that in the chat room. And I'll continue on with my thing, and I'll see you back for trading next week.